Hello guys, MikuChibi here. Welcome back to our Sword Art Factor. And today it is a special day because today it is Yui's birthday. Happy birthday to Yui. We just had Yuna's birthday like a few days ago, and now we have Yui, and in next 2 days we're gonna have Miro's. Oh my god, so many birthday. Anyway, short about her birthday, we have a step up banner with 3 steps. Step 1 50% off, step 2 regular price, step 3 a guaranteed random Yui skill, and you can see that we have increased drop rate for new Yui skill, which is these two, 1.2% on step 2 and 2% on step 3. Two new birthday Yui skill, one is Lakin Dance Fairy, which is a power skill, and turn kindness into power Yui with a full burst sword skill, and it's dash nerf. The duration of this banner is till the 10th of August, so you have 9 days on you to collect all the account gems that you can get. And the first skill we're gonna have a look at is Lake Dance Fairy Yui. Is a power skill with slash boost, alt core, dagger support. Slash boost 3 and above, where slash element weakness damage plus 1% per stack, 3 stack for 30 seconds when hitting with switch. Could be really useful if you are playing around chain or if you're playing around stacking. This could be really good. And Alcor, when equipped 2 more Kirito skill in the same set and hitting on switch, adds a debuff, death mark, 1.1 damage for 12 seconds. So 1.1, then you have Engrave, then you have 2.5, you will deal even more damage, could be really useful. Dagger support 3, switch gate a mom when using dagger. Interesting. It is a support pass skill that increasing your switch gate and also apply death mark. But this buff here, slash buff, this one is only for you, so you're only increasing weakness damage to yourself. So I guess that this passive is really good on your second set, where your second set is mostly a support set to set up your DPS, then you switch to your main. I guess it kind of works something like that. So this one could be really good if you know how to play around the stacking and also the death marker stuff. Next one, turn the kindness into power Yui, is a sword skill with rock shear skill animation for SP, slash and earth, 50 second cooltime, 45 switch gauge and 39 breakage, not bad. 2020% damage to each single target, enhanced defense 4, defense plus 50% for 50 seconds, and earth element enhanced, earth element damage 9% for 50 seconds, not bad. If you want to activate the burst, you need to do earth slash holy, but if you maximum break this skill, you will remove this sequence here and only need to do earth slash. Should be easier, but if you don't have that many earth skills, it might be really hard. 30 second skill cooltime and 78 breakage, not bad. 5600% damage to each single target. Your own attack increased by defense times 2. And when equipping 2 or more hit skill in the same set, damage down to enemy weak to slash 1%, really good. And earth element damage increased by 0.5% the number of poison stack when the player is inflicted with poison status element. Okay, as you know, full burst, especially on sword, is really good. And what content can you use this one? Well, we do have floor 33, it is weak to slash and earth. Then we have okay showdown, for example, the last number, I think that one is level 195. You can also find that, but that one is a little bit tricky. For late game, mostly not, there aren't that many to weak to slash and earth, but if you want to use it in the lower level, lower floor, then sure, it is really strong. So 2 really good burst skill, especially the passive if you know how to play around it, and this one could be really good for the future for any slash earth content, or if you want to farm floor for free, this one could be really good. And if you look on the drop rate, you have 0.40% chance to get the future red, and if you look on step 3, you have 2% chance to get future red, and the rest is 2% as well together. But if you scroll down, we have 3% chance to get future red and 50% chance to get non-future red. So let's have a look on other Yui skill that you can get in this banner. Here you can see we have different Yui skills that are good. The ones that are good, I put them in the categories. We have full burst, connect, axle, mod, awakening, burst, passive, and then limited free ones and trash one. The trash one I think are bad right now. So let's start with the full burst. We have 2 full bursts, one for sword and one for axe. The sword one I believe is a dark element, so really good for any slash dark content and really strong as well if you are able to utilize it. And this one is a fire blonde, really good for any fire blonde content. For example, we do have KO Showdown, the 9 tails, 255 which is for late game, any early game. If I remember, I'm thinking about floor 75 if you're farming release crystal, I guess. That's still good. Other than that, I don't really remember, but still really good, really strong. For connect skill, I will just talk about this one because this one is probably one of the most sought after skill record, which is the Yui, because this one can apply element, all 4, poison, bleed, burn and frostbite if you have 3 Yui skill in the set, so you only need 2 more equipping this one and then add 2 more and you are able to apply 4 element. And really good synergy with the non-element full burst Koharu, because this one is earth and Koharu need an earth skill first to activate the burst, so earth / and this one is earth. So this one is really good. For Axel, she has only one, which is dagger fire Axel, stacking fire damage, so could be really useful if you're playing around a dagger fire DPS where you stack fire element damage. Mod skill, I won't go through mod skill because I don't really like how mod skill are right now, but how strong they are individual, well, they're pretty strong. 2 really good strong sword, this is Warren and Holly, really good. Then we have rapier, 2 really good rapier, and then we have mace that is also really good. Awakening, we only have one that I think is really useful, which is this one. This is a break skill, really useful for any blunt breaking. If you need a break, then this one is a really good one. It has high break value. For burst, we have 2 bursts. This one is pretty much old. It is much weaker and there are better alternative that is much better. But this one is recent and this one is really good. A really strong burst made for blunt wind content, so really good for example floor 44, or if you farm any Chaos Showdown content, I guess the butterfly that is weak to blunt and wind could be really good as well to use that if you want to play wind mace DPS. For passive, we have really good passive. We have 3 power rise 3, 1 for water, 1 for holy, and this one I believe is fire if I correctly, I don't really remember. This one is Advanced Stupid 3, then we have Vital Ascension, which is focused on giving you flat defense. So this one gives you flat defense, this one gives you flat defense, could be really nice to have. For this one, Little Demon, Yui, this one is really good because it can give you up to 70 stun resistant, could be really nice, and also it can stack blunt every time you switch. So if you're playing around stack and having this one, then you can increase your blunt damage by a little bit, so this one can be really good if you know how to play around stacking. This one is really good for any frost weapon, so spear, bow or rapier, really nice to have. And this one is a little special, required to have multiple Kirito skill. So if you're playing around a lot of Kirito skill, then this one could be really nice to have. Then we have 1 limited, doesn't really matter, it's limited. Then we have 3 skill, some useful, and then trash one. So yeah, so this is all Yui skill that I get in her birthday banner. I believe it should be in there, I'll have to double check. Then we have this one I would say recent. This is a spear chain, but I don't think it's gonna be added to Yui's birthday because it's still new, so I believe this one gonna be out. So that was all Yui skill that you get in her birthday banner, or the non-future ones. Now the question is this banner worth to summon on? Well, it really depends what you have and what you need, of course, but if you're a player that likes to play around sword, I would say this banner is really good because Yui has a really strong earth full burst sword, which is her newest one, which is really good. And if we look into her other burst, we do have a sword full burst, really good. And then you also need to connect because in some late game you do need to play both dagger and sword together, where you need to apply element, so you think Yui could be also really nice. And if you look on the passive, we have some power rise 3 that you can also play around, and some other passive that can be really useful. So pulling on the Yui banner is not that bad. So I would say this banner is definitely worth to summon on. It is not bad, it's really good. You have a chance to have full burst sword and also some other stuff that can be really useful. If you're a player that do not really like to play sword, you can pretty much skip this banner. For example, if you play around axe, then maybe waiting for Mito's birthday banner will be much better. That's just an example. And then on a banner that is worth to summon on, not really. This one is mostly if you want to play support. This one is good but not really good for new players. This one could be really good for new players if you're rerolling. And then this bad one, yeah. Right now, new players aren't that really good banner unless you want to pull on Yui. I would say this one is probably one of the best banner for new players right now because it has 2 full burst sword that is really good for any stash content, really useful. So new players, if you plan to pull, you can pull on this one. You have a chance to get a Power Rise 3, which is flexible in any build. You can use Power 3 in any weapon, any build. So this banner is really good for new players. For those that are rerolling, if you are rerolling, use reroll for full burst sword. So for Yui if you want to, or if you want to make it easier, then you can focus on this one. So you have 2 chances to get the full burst, either the dark one or the earth one. For other players, well, if you need a new full burst, then maybe. Otherwise, if you're already happy with the current set, then you pretty much skip. For example, if you already have the null element, Yuki and Kirito, SPS, I don't think you really need to pull. I mean, you're pretty much full set. So you can pretty much skip this banner and save your current gen for future banner. So overall, this banner is really good for new players and for those that are rerolling. Use reroll for full burst sword. Other than that, if you're not playing a bronze sword, then you can pretty much skip this banner and save your current gems. But that's for me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care now and bye bye.